All right, we are rolling into our final talk of the day, which is with Caroline from Microsoft. She'll be coming in with a Superstar session about Azure PlayFab Party.
Hi, Danielle. Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me.
No worries, welcome in. Are you ready to start
Yeah,
showing your presentation?
can I share my screen? Let's see. So let me know if you can see it.
Yeah, we can see it. Looks great.
Perfect.
Okay.
So I'll get started. Hi, everyone. My name is Caroline. I am a program manager at Microsoft. And thank you for coming to Cultivating Multiplayer and Social Experiences with Azure PlayFab Party, or just Party for short. So this session will go over what Party is, and we'll have a deep dive into Party features. And then if we have time at the end, we'll have a quick start. And the last is Q&A. So let me begin by saying this. Your game is stronger when your players are together, your clients are interoperable, and your code base is unified. And what do I mean by that? I mean that essentially, if your game can be a platform that brings people together and cultivate online social network, have people make friends online, and they can communicate through your game. And on the other hand, it cultivates inclusivity and diversity. It has accessibility features, and it has different language support to allow players to communicate across the globe. Then your game is stronger with a stickier player base. So this is where Party comes in. Party connects player devices with an encrypted and low latency network. And through this network, you can exchange game data as well as chat data, such as voice and text chat, as well as transcription or text-to-speech synthesis and translation. Today, Party powers more than 100 games, such as Gears, Halo, No Man's Sky, Minecraft, Sea of Thieves, Doom, Forza, and so many more. So let's take a closer look at Party. First, let's talk about our network capabilities. We are a low latency cloud relay backed by Azure that automatically scales according to need. Players are not directly talking to each other peer-to-peer. They go through our cloud relay. So this solves a lot of security problems. For example, DDoS or man-in-the-middle attacks. We definitely use this kind of relay to protect our users. In addition, we have industry standard encryption. We use DTLS 1.2 and authentication services. Our in-game voice and text chat leverages the technology that powers Xbox Live Party Chat. And this is a very mature technology. It is tested and reliable. And furthermore, we offer a lot of flexibility. We allow you to have different designs in your communication scenarios. For example, you can have everyone talk to everyone in your multiplayer game, or you can have smaller groups talking only within the group, not with each other. Or you can have other custom communication scenarios. But it wouldn't be good if Party is so secure and robust, but it's super hard to implement, right? So fortunately, we are very easy to integrate. We have our plugins with Unreal and Unity game engines, so you can easily integrate with those engines. And our platform, our C++ core solution is cross-platform. We support Windows, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, iOS, Android, and Google Stadia. And it's worth mentioning that we're a one-stop solution for transporting all types of game data, including game mechanics, chat, or whatever you want. And last but not the least, we are powered by Azure Cognitive Services. That means we support speech to text, text to speech, in a lot of different languages, like I mentioned before. So you can easily navigate compliance requirements. So let's just dive a little bit deeper into cognitive services. In this demo I show on the screenshot here, there are two users. One is talking in Russian and one is talking in Hindi. They can talk to each other in their own languages in real time and see the translation. So Azure supports more than 70 languages. So you can definitely leverage this to connect your users or your players globally. So let's switch gears a little bit. Let's talk about pricing. If your game is on the Xbox Live sign-on system, meaning that your players signing use Xbox Live either on the PC or on the Xbox console, Party is completely free for you. And for everyone else, we have a free dev mode. You can use all Party offerings for 10,000 free connectivity minutes per month and up to 100,000 unique users during development. And after you try Party for free and you like it, you want to convert to a paid customer, you only pay for what you use. We have transparent meters, connected minutes, voice minutes, and network egress that bill for only what you use, meaning that if your peak concurrent users count is really high, and you don't have to pay during your load time for all those idle servers. And we are affordable. We've invested a large amount of resources in making Party run efficiently. So you pay the least egress incurred or voice minutes. So let's put everything into perspective a little bit using this case study. We have 3 titles here of different sizes, as you can see from the PCU. And Party charges by the 3 middle columns that I have made 3D, the connectivity, the voice, and the egress. And the percentage of Xbox players means how many people in your player base signs in using Xbox Live. For those people, we don't charge at all. So let's take Title 3 as an example. The peak concurrent user is around 1,100, and that would translate to roughly 11 million connectivity minutes per month, and around 66K minutes of voice if you do have voice enabled in the game, and 55 gigs of egress. So say if half of your player base signs in using Xbox Live, you're probably looking at around $60 per month. So this is assuming that you're using Party for all of your game data, including game mechanics and chat. So yeah, I think we have some time for a quick start. So first, if you want to use Party, you will need a PlayFab account. Party is part of the PlayFab ecosystem. You will first navigate to developer.playfab.com for a sign up, and you can put in some, tell us a little bit about yourself. And if you have not yet finalized the game name or the studio name, you can change it later. The next step is to create your first game. So here you enter the name of the game, and you can tell us what genre your game is, or does it use monetization, what player modes. So bear in mind, this is just for PlayFab. So we have a single player and multiplayer choice here, but Party, which is my area, it's only one of the offerings in PlayFab. And then you would click Create Title. And then now you would see this dashboard after you have created your first game. When you have successfully created your account, you'll see, oh, my game, and then you click into it. And then after you click into my game, you can click onto this multiplayer tab here, and then go to Party, and then you click Enable here in the center of the screen. And then after that, your Party is enabled. You can download our SDKs. You can navigate to this link, and we offer a variety of different SDKs with different platforms you can choose from, and they all have samples and comprehensive documentation that you can follow. So yeah, you can try Party for free today. Any questions?
Here we go. In fact, thank you so much. That was super insightful. We've got a few questions in the Q&A. So first off, we've got, how can indie developers get started with Party?
Did I hear indie?
Yeah, sorry that I've just been reminded. I need to welcome your colleague Deb into the call as well. Sorry about that.
Thank you.
There we go. Hi, Deb.
Good morning or good evening.
Hi. Yeah, we can hear you now. All good. Yeah, and so I'll ask that one again just so you guys can both hear it. How can indie developers get started with Party?
So it's fairly simple. You, as I mentioned in the quick start guide, you would follow the instructions on our documentation and create an account with PlayFab, and then you can try Party for free. Just click Enable Party.
Okay, and someone has said, how accurate are the translations? Do they take into consideration slangs and cultural cues?
Yeah, so we are backed by Azure Cognitive Services. We're just as accurate as Azure Cognitive Services is. From my understanding, it does have knowledge of slangs, but probably not as good as human hearing for sure. But for more details, I would probably look into Azure Cognitive Services to kind of try that out to see if the capabilities are strong enough for your needs.
Okay. Somebody has said, why is Party a better option than current competitors?
That's a great question. So if I may go back to these slides here. So this is how we kind of differentiate from our competitors. Our network capabilities are very robust. We are a completely relayed service. That means that we're secure. We protect all our players from network attacks, and everything goes through our cloud relay. This relay is backed by Azure as well, and it's geo-distributed. That means if your game player base is mostly in Asia or Europe or America, we have data centers everywhere around the world. And also our voice and text chat technology is the same technology that powers Xbox Live Party Chat. And that service has been tested and it's very mature. So I think this is part of the reason why we're different. And also we have a lot of different SDKs you can choose from. Our collection is cross-platform and it has integration with middleware. So really, I think Party would be a one-stop solution. If you come to Party, you probably wouldn't have to integrate another solution for network, for example, or for chat, or you have to use a different networking solution for PlayStation, for example. So yeah, we are cross-platform, and the best thing I think, my personally favorite is that you can have your player base communicating with all these platforms, between platforms. So it's just not just PC players communicating within PC, the PC pool, or Android and iOS communicating only within the mobile player base. You can actually have everyone play together across the world.
So I'm thinking about like the pool of players that maybe play together, but they also know each other outside of the game and will communicate on outside platforms like Discord or TeamSpeak or something. What are the motivations for those types of players to use this platform instead of like third-party communication platforms?
Yeah, so I think going back to Xbox, we're a proven technology, and our player base is we have had a history of gamers coming to our platform. So I believe this is something that people it would be their first choice if they have been an Xbox fan and they know our technology well. They would be very eager to be on our platform as well. I don't know if Dave, you have anything to add to that.
Yeah, so I think like one of the other things is if you are actually a truly cross-platform game, you just have to write your code once, right? So you actually don't need to integrate with these different types of social media platforms on, having different kind of like, integration technologies. You write your code once, and it's basically the same infrastructure that you use both for your voice data and your like game data. So it makes your integration like much easier, as well as it provides like a similar type of interface, for your users to communicate regardless of the platform that they're actually on.
Okay, we've got another question in the audience saying, I noticed that there isn't much support for Unreal Engine. Am I right? The slide disappeared before I could read all of it.
So right now, we do support Unreal for the GDK, which is the development kit for the new Xbox console, as well as you can use the same development kit on Windows PC. We also support the XDK, which is the development environment for the previous version, like Xbox One. And then shortly, we'll be lighting up support for both Switch and PlayStation platforms. And then, depending on, the user demand, if we have customer demand, we'll also lighting up support for iOS and Android is on our roadmap.
Okay, brilliant. We've got, what genres of hyper-casual games do you see Party being used for?
Caroline, do you not take that?
Did I hear casual games or
Hyper-casual.
hyper-casual? I'm not familiar with that term.
Basically just sort of, how do you describe it? It's a very mobile-centric term, I think.
So it's like Candy Crush, right?
Yeah, like an easy
Something
to play,
that.
like free to play with very minimal kind of UI. Yeah, I guess Candy Crush is the best example.
Yeah. So I think like for most of the hyper casual games I've played so far, like there's usually not much of like a voice component, but like if you're in a kind of like a multiplayer scenario, I don't know, like if you're playing like some sort of strategy game on your mobile, and you have game data to be transported, I think that's where we would see you using Party. Also, I believe like for those kind of genre of games, you will most likely not be using the Party C++ or the C library, but most likely be using Unity to build some of that. So yeah.
Okay, cool. And we've got one more question. How early would you advise indie developers to test Party in their games?
So we typically recommend like testing as soon as possible, but our integration time should be like around, if you're using C or C++, it should be between 1 to 1.5 weeks. If you're using Unity, it should be much shorter, less than a week. But we'd recommend testing at least 3 months before you're supposed to go live, so that, like we have time to iron out any kind of issues that you might have with your account. Maybe not Party related, but maybe like, PlayFab, you have other issues with, PlayFab, and then having a 3-month lead time really gives us the ability to help you iron out all of those issues. Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. That's all the questions we've got in, so I will wrap that one up there. But thank you guys so much for coming in and talking about PlayFab. Some great insights there. And thank you so much for sponsoring the event as well. Absolutely brilliant. And I hope you enjoyed the rest of the event.
Thank you so much.
Everyone.
Perfect. Thank you.
Let's do new questions.